Regarding my last video, I got a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a bunch of new subscriptions, so I want to just clarify a few things here. When I say that the Xbox Series S is a better console than the PlayStation 5, I mean more so it is a better purchase. I genuinely do believe that the Series S is the best console on the market right now. For the money, you're gonna get comparable gaming experience. The Series S offers 4K, 120 Hz, ray tracing. I have my Series X hooked up to my desk to a high refresh rate gaming monitor. I have my PS5 hooked up behind you to a 4K television on my wall. I have an Xbox Series S connected to another high refresh rate gaming monitor for my girlfriend. To give a little more context to where I'm at with Xbox and PlayStation, I do not hate PlayStation. I do not think that you shouldn't buy a PlayStation. All I'm saying is that the Xbox Series S, for the price of a Nintendo Switch, offers you so much for the $300. If you look at the PlayStation 5 and you consider what you're getting, it is arguably a worse deal. And if your only thing going for yourself with the PS5 is its exclusives, that's a preference. Not everyone loves Spider-Man. Not everyone loves Ghost of Tsushima. Not everyone's for those games. I did misspeak on and had some wrong information on the upgrade. Given all the confusion that there has been with PlayStation, that fact within itself, the fact that they've gone back and forth on some things, and they haven't had a clear path of, you have the PS5, you have your PS4, how do you juggle those two platforms when you own the game already? Going forward, yes, it is a $10 flat upgrade fee, and I'm not opposed to a $70 game. The issue is the fact that you have to worry about purchasing the right version, and you know, up until this point, supposedly, you've had to do your research on that. And that goes against what I'm saying in favor of the Series S. The Series S is more consumer friendly. It's easier to use right out of the box. The Xbox, if you have the Xbox One version of an exclusive, in this case, let's say you had Halo Infinite, for example, you're going to get both versions when you purchase it. And on top of that, that game is included with Game Pass. All exclusives, all first-party games are included with Game Pass. So instead of having to pay $70 up front for each exclusive game that you're probably going to play through once, let's be honest. Yes, a lot of you may sit down and replay it over and over, get every story ending, do it this way, differently that way, and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, most people are going to pay $70, play it once. So for that reason, you know, if we want to get into again, it's all about the budget. It's all about the price. It's all about the value. That's my standpoint on it. And the reason I have the Series X is because after getting my PS5 and feeling empty, it felt boring because I was just playing my PS4 games. That's all I was doing. I got the PS5. I popped in PS4 games and I was like, this is boring. Like, the hype died down quickly once I realized this console's doing the same thing as my PS4 Pro is doing, just quieter. That's really all the difference was. And then I jump over to the Xbox Series S, which I purchased initially as a companion to my PlayStation 5. It was hard to sit there and say the Xbox Series S had nothing to offer. It was hard to sit there and say the Series S is a console for your little brother or your children. It's very difficult to say that and feel like I'm being truthful about it because the Series S offers so much, right? If you look at this PlayStation 5 and you look at the Series S, or even if you look at the Series S and the Series X, You're getting the 4K. Yes, it's upscale, but as I mentioned before, I personally have not noticed any difference. I've had all these consoles hooked up in all different sorts of ways. On my 4K, on my high refresh. I've had them switched back and forth. I went through a lot of trial and error before I ended up with the Series X on my desk. Okay, that 100% there. There's no difference. I mean, it's not noticeable to the point, unless you're having them side by side and pixel peeping and you know, being that intricate with it, you're not going to notice it. So I don't want to hear any complaints about the 4K thing, because it's not valid in this situation. The 120 hertz refresh rate, that's a whole different thing. Now, naturally, my monitor is not 4K. I play 120 hertz because my Xbox Series X, I am, as I can say, privileged. I only play Call of Duty on this thing. I play Call of Duty, Battlefield, and Halo at this point. Any story-driven game, any game that I want to enjoy the story for, I'm not getting for a multiplayer experience, is on my PS5. So don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm saying the PS5 doesn't have its use. It's just, if you work a 9 to 5, if you are, you know, your gaming is just a hobby, a pastime for you. It's the same way as watching a movie, right? I want to sit down and play a game for a few hours the same way you would put a movie on for an hour and a half. If that's what gaming is to you, there's no reason to go out and spend $500+ plus all this money on the games and all that, when you could just get a Series S and be able to pick up and play at any moment. It's more portable. Maybe it fits better in your entertainment center. You want to take it with you. They sell screen attachments to put on the Series S. It is such a versatile console that you cannot ignore the fact that it is a better purchase, financial decision. I'm not saying it's the more powerful. I'm not saying that it has more features. If anything, from my experience, the PS5 has done nothing more for me than the Series S, let alone the Series X. They all do the exact same thing. They play games in 4K or 120. Unless you have an HDMI 2.1 TV, then you can play 4K at 120 for a game that supports it. But at the end of the day, if you're that person that has an HDMI 2.1 television and you're able to shell out the money for that, chances are your money's not an issue. The video was not made to kind of go that route. Again, I did get off topic. It was a rant, and I apologize for that. Point of my video, when I say the Xbox Series S is a better console than the PlayStation 5, I say that in the context of right now, the Series S is the best purchase you can make for next-gen gaming over the PS5. Unless, of course, money's not an issue, you already have a setup that's going to take full advantage of the PS5 or Series X features, and you can find one. That's really the biggest thing for me. The Series S, I mean, I'm seeing it at Sam's Club, I'm seeing it at Costco. I see drops for it all the time. I can log into my Xbox Series X right now, purchase the Series S right off the bat. And again, the only reason I have the Series X is because Microsoft sent me an email saying, hey, this is in stock. We see that you recently purchased the Series S. The Series X is in stock. I wasn't expecting the email, but I was going to jump on it. I said, yeah, why not? I love the Series S. Might as well get the bigger brother and see what the difference is. And the only reason I kept it is because my girlfriend also wanted to play games with me, and for that reason, I gave her the Series S. And she's had zero problems with it. With a game share, it works perfectly. We play Call of Duty in 120 hertz. We play it together. We don't have to buy two versions of the game. Everything just works. Our expansion cards, I bought one for each console. Yes, that's an investment. That is $200 extra. And if you want to argue that the expansion card with the Series S is the same price, if not more, than the Series X, yes, you're right. It is more money, but you're also getting a little more storage because now you have 1.5 TB of memory, okay, on top of all the features that the Series S had. So if all you're able to get your hands on is the Series S and an expansion card, I'm just letting you know right now that you will not regret your decision. That's all I'm trying to say. And all I'm saying is that if you're on a budget, if you are torn, if you're on the edge, you don't want to make the full jump in, maybe you just bought a bunch of games for one platform, you're like, I don't know, I just spent a lot of money on this, get the Series S. If you bought a Nintendo Switch, you can probably just get a Series S as well. Or if you're deciding, hey, I have my PlayStation, I want a secondary console, get the Switch if you want those exclusives, but get the Series S because there's a lot there that it offers. Anyway, with that being said, thank you guys so much. The comments, leave comments below. I mean, even if you don't agree with me, again, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to conversate. I want to hear questions. If we butt heads, that's all fun and games to me. I'm not going to hold grudges to people because they see something differently. Just be respectful. Thank you for nearly 100 subs, and I really wasn't expecting that video to even be viewed by 100 people. So the fact that we're here, hopefully this gives a little more clarification, and let me know if there's other things you want me to touch on. I have all these things planned, so if you're not already subscribed, and definitely be looking forward to those, okay? So see you guys in the next one. Bye.